All right, great. Well, welcome everyone to tonight's presentation. My name is Casey and I'm going to be your hostess. And this is a presentation that is really focused more so on the opportunity side of Isagenix. And I've been in Isagenix for, August 21st was 4 years. And it has dramatically changed my life completely. I'm so grateful to Jennifer Trinkner who introduced it to me. I started as a night shift nurse. I was living on Red Bull, coffee, Diet Mountain Dew, and I was just really exhausted all the time. And I fell in love with the products, releasing a few pounds, that was awesome. But truly, it was more so about just the energy and how I felt. And because I felt so good, I was casually sharing it. I made a couple $100, that was awesome. But it was after I read a book called The 4-Year Career, and that really opened my eyes to a whole new possibility of what if. Now we're going to give you guys some people are going to be talking about their health transformations. We're also going to show you our individual earnings. So we're actually going to screenshot our earnings that we have from the company of Isagenix, but you can always go to isagenixearnings.com because this is not a get in and get rich quick. This is not sit back, relax, and just enroll a couple people and make hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is the ability, this is an opportunity to really transform your life. And we use products that are in the industries of weight loss, energy performance, healthy aging, which is what makes up the wealth creation. And for me, another reason was, I don't know about anybody of you guys, but student loan debt was really out of control, right? I had a lot of student loan that I had, so I went to college for 6 years. I don't know how long you guys were in college, but I was in college for 6 years. And then I saw that this was a vehicle that I could retire my husband, bring my husband home. And so that's really how I got really inspired. And my highest month to date so far has been $57,000 in Isagenix. Now, my nursing income was $40,000 a year, my base pay. So you think about being able to turn a yearly income into a monthly income. That's something that will dramatically change your lifestyle, as you can imagine. But for people who don't understand, well, how is that even possible? Because sometimes we hear if it's too good to be true, it is. If it sounds too good to be true, it really is. But I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Jim and Katy Coover, the owners of Isagenix, and they're the co-founders, and their son, Eric, it's a legacy company. You can will your spot to your children, but their vision is to impact world health and free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process, create the largest health and wellness company in the world. And I want to touch on largest health and wellness company in the world, not network marketing company in the world, but because we're doing it the right way, it really is, it's happening. It's happening for Isagenix. And why choose network marketing? Jim and Katy have had a lot of experience in the industry. Katy rose to the top in 3 companies, and she was let down. And so their goal is to never let us down. It's always about what's right for the customer and what's right for the associate. And network marketing, it really does give us the opportunity at a very low risk and very, very low financial commitment to build our own income, and we can generate an asset and acquire great wealth, right? An asset is something that doesn't continuously take money out of our pocket. $183.7 billion in sales worldwide. You think about, home-based businesses report an 85% success rate, and then you compare that to your traditional brick and mortar business at 5% success rate. So there's a really big difference in the fact that we don't have any type of limit to our earning potential, and you're gonna see some stories and some shares. Jennifer's gonna show how, I remember a bonus check for Jennifer, I think was like $57,000. So we're going to really kind of get a little bit more into that. But when you talk about network marketing, I want to know about the right company. And we have over a decade of financial stability. We're ranked number 13 on the direct selling news in North America, top 50 list, and number 22 of the DSN Global 100 list. That is fast. That is massive growth for a company that's 14 years old. And in 9 years in a row on Inc.'s 5,000 fastest growing companies of America list. And we've raised more than $8 million for charities. Isagenix is really about giving back. So when you talk about aligning yourself with the right company for a home-based business that takes care of all that overhead for you, that's massive. And you look at the numbers in these market trends. You look at the weight loss, $672 billion, the fitness industry, $75 billion, anti-aging, $285 billion. Isagenix plays in every single one of those markets. And do you think that those are just going to keep getting bigger? Absolutely. We all know the epidemics that's around us. And so we're in all of those. And And the fact that you get to be in integrity and look someone in the face and say, there is nothing better on the market. Isagenix has no compromise products, and that's first and foremost. And John Anderson is a genius, and that's why Jim and Kathy Coover came out of retirement, because they are going to do it with no compromise with the products, and that's something that they could really stand behind. And so just so grateful for John Anderson and just his brilliance with the products. And everything we do too is science-based, and there's independent studies. We compare ourselves to the Heart Healthy Diet, and I'm super excited because we're going to hear from someone that has had many experiencing with dieting for a very long time, and then she finally has found her true greatness with Isagenix. So Katy Neubaum, are you with us? All right, let me see. Might need to go find you and unmute you. All right, Miss Neubaum, hold on. All right, you were unmuted, Katy.
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
Hey. Well, thank you for having me on tonight, Casey. As you said, Isagenix has really rocked my world. Was able to release over 100 pounds with the products, and then the business just started organically. Really, people just want to know how the heck I was losing the weight and having massive energy. And before I knew it, I was really learning this business, something I wasn't exposed to in my life ever. I was a music major and really just trying to stay afloat with my 3 kids, but I was overweight and exhausted, and this just seemed like a solution that was working for everyone to become physically and financially free. In my second year, I just really started to generate enough money to quit my job. I retired from being a full-time voice and piano teacher. I was making about $1,400 a month, so I'm making what I made in a year. I'm making that per month now. I know it's just going to grow. This company is amazing. I have been able to travel to Thailand. I took my children on a trip to Thailand where I was singing and performing, which is my love and my gift, and doing exactly what I want. Being financially free, you're able to help people. And that's what it boils down to, is having time freedom and time with my family, and being able to really embrace life. So it's been life-changing, and I just am so grateful to be a part of it.
I love it. And you know, it's really about the relationships that you get to develop too. I know just the friendships that have been made. And so I mean, you look at these earnings, I mean, that's massive. $19,000, $18,000 in a week. I mean, that's what you were taking home often in a year. And so that's just the ability. And I know that you've always wanted to sing. And so just to be able to use a vehicle like this to transform your life, and not to mention you have your health back. So you are a bright and shining star, Katy. And you know, you've really used all these keys to success. You utilize the fact, you know, of Jim and Kathy Coover and what they've done. You were an immediate product of the product. Now, a lot of us don't have weight loss. Isagenix is not a weight loss company. It is a wellness company. Weight loss just happens to be one factor. Now I know that you're lifted and you're doing athlete type stuff and healthy aging. But really, if you break down the compensation plan, you know, I've looked at a lot of compensation plans to become a student of the industry, and I have yet to see anything like it. And when I talk to the corporate team, and a lot of our corporate team has been in network marketing or in the industry from other companies, and they're like, you will not see a company that gives back to their customers and gives back to their associates like Isagenix. And think about timing and positioning right now, to where there's such a health crisis going on. Everybody is praying for a solution. I also know that, Katy, you and I both were thinking that's a pyramid scheme kind of thing when we started. Is this one of those, we love the products, but still you might have family or friends or people who are just uneducated about the industry. And so, you know, when I break it down, I thought of a pyramid scheme as corporate America. Once I really started to learn about how Isagenix was set up, and then how corporate America is set up. And I was in a pyramid scheme for a really long time, and it was corporate America, because you're paid based on a title, not paid based on your service and production. And I went to school for 6 years, but was capped at a certain amount. And I could have been a far better nurse and done far more for the hospital and the patients than this director of nursing ever did. She could just been a horrible person sitting up there pushing paper, but she has a title because she knew someone, so she got in the door. And so that's the difference, though. You're paid based on what you're worth, and pyramid schemes are illegal. It's when there's no exchange of a product, good, or service. If you guys just saw Katy's before and after photo, you can see there's an amazing transformation of products that we have. And two, and this is something that's really important for everybody to understand, like why is Isagenix better? Why is it a better way? Well, if anybody's ever seen anything by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, it's the #1 finance book of all time. 95% of the population plays on the left side of the quadrant, 5% on the right side. Well, 5% of the population controls 95% of the wealth. That's because there's leverage, there's big business. That's what network marketing is, it's big business. When you're an employee, you trade time for money. When you're a small business, you have a lot of risk. You have a lot of capital that you're going to have to put forward. You're going to have to be your very best employee. And I mean, they have like a 90% failing rate to go. So there's a lot of risk that goes. Then when you have passive income, extra income, then you're able to start taking that money and investing it even into more things. That's what I love about this industry, is that we get to leverage. And so I wanted to talk about you, Katy, for a second. If you think about one person at 8 hours for 5 days a week at 40 hours, right? Let's say that's what Katy was making as a voice teacher, right? $10 an hour. So now let's say that there's 10 people each doing 1.5 hours, but 5 days a week, that's 75 hours. So just with 10 people doing a little bit, right, every day, now there's 75 hours being produced. Take 20 people at 1.5 hours, 5 days a week. That's 150 hours being able to be produced. Katy could not have done 150 hours worth of production if she worked 5 days a week, 24 hours a day. The max amount of time that she could have taught is 120 hours. That is it. So we're really leveraging each other. Katy leverages me. I leverage Katy. Katy does Jen. I leverage Jen. Amanda, who you're about to hear from, leverages me. So there's really just that power and leverage and what makes this business so great. And so I'm going to have someone who came into Isagenix. It's been so phenomenal to watch her grow. I know that she said that she needed to stay muted, Miss Amanda, because she has a little one in the background, a little baby that she's recently had. So I'm finding you and I'm unmuting you, Miss Amanda. All right, you are unmuted, Amanda. Are you with us?
I'm here.
You're here. So oftentimes people start Isagenix. I would say at least 85% of people probably start Isagenix for the product and maybe don't want anything to do with it. You were kind of opposite, but just share your story. Share your story for us.
Right, yeah, I 100% started for the business. At the time when I started, I mean, I was living off credit cards. I mean, I was just opening up new ones just to keep going. I was in a really hard spot. So, you know, when this opportunity came along, you know, Gerald talked to me about it. I talked to you about it, Casey. You know, I just happened to have room on one of my credit cards. So I thought, why the heck not? You know, so I was really in a bad place, you know, and that was my motivation to get out of that debt, to, you know, to build my business and to be successful. So, you know, I was going, and then about 6 months later, I found out I was pregnant. So that kind of flipped my world upside down. You know, I really didn't know what to do. So I kind of just shut down. And, you know, I had people waiting in line, talking to me, ready to sign up. I never called them back. I just really didn't want to talk to anybody. I just was trying to figure out my life. For the whole time I was pregnant, I didn't do anything. I didn't really reach out to my team, and my business sort of shut down and crashed. You know, it was very minimal, $100 a month, you know, nothing was really going on. But, you know, as it came closer to my due date, I really started thinking about, well, how the heck am I going to pay for this baby? And how are we going to, you know, buy all these things that we need? So my why changed, definitely. So she was born in March. You can see right there my income. She was born in March. So when she was born, I got my butt in gear and reconnected with my team, reconnected with Casey. And, you know, this goes to show that you can restart your business at any time. You just have to put the effort And July of 2016 was my highest month to date, and that is double what I take home with my full-time job. So I'm really, excited about what's going on right now.
Absolutely. And I remember that. I remember just speaking to you, and you had been watching, and, because I had talked to you a while before, and you said no, that there was just no way you could afford Isagenix. And then you thought, well, gosh, what do I have, what do I have to lose? Really, what if this is that thing? And even, take a note, because you did, when you came in, you were going hard, and, you were working it. But even when you kind of went into that shell and you took off, how great was it to still have your products paid for? I mean, you still had your products paid for, your overhead in Isagenix. When we talk about a traditional business, like, your overhead is going to be way more than $150, $200 a month. And you were able to consume that nutrition, which is excellent nutrition for expecting mothers to put great nutrition in. So I love your story, Amanda. It's so inspiring. And I would not have met you if I didn't. One day I was harassing Gerald. I used to have to harass Gerald for some referrals and to get his butt in gear and to come on, build this business with me. I knew if Gerald ever truly caught the vision, that he would be a force to be reckoned with. So Gerald, you are unmuted, Gerald. So I would love to have you share your story and how we just heard that amazing story by Amanda. It's because you connected me with her boyfriend, and he told me no, so I decided I'd get there through the girlfriend.
That's right, Katy. Yeah, you came to me with this program, and I've been in probably 15 other multi-level marketing organizations before, and heard everything. I said, I'm not going to do this. You came to me, and I said, well, I've known you a long time, so I love you so much. And you came to me with this spill that was crazy. And I said, it can't work the way you said, but I said, I'm going to sign up. I'm not going to do the business. I'll take the products. The very first week, I lost 9 pounds. I was playing tennis, played the best tennis of my life for about 3 or 4 weeks. You came back to me about 3 months later. No, Katy, I'm not going to do the business. Don't call me anymore about it. I'm going to keep buying the stuff. And I did. And I kept, every month I'd pay in and just box up the stuff. And so it was great. And then you call me again. And then I got out of the business for a while, I think. And then you called me up again, and you just never gave up on me. And so I started taking the products again and found the fire. And everybody in the group is so positive. And you called me one day and you said, Gerald, you have all these people under you. You've got all this money on the side of your bank. And I'm like, okay, Katy, what I got to do? What do I have to do? And you said, you're going to get about $5,000. And I said, $5,000? And I actually, whatever I did, I think I had to sign one more person up. And I actually got $7,200 that one pay period. And that's how I went 5-star in 1 month. We had over 100 cycles. And the coolest thing about it was I've been in Amway, XL. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to call those names. Anyway, all those other businesses. And whatever you do that month, if you don't get anything, you just don't get anything. It doesn't bank like it does in this business. I've never seen anything like it before. And so you just stayed on me. And after a while, I got the vision again. And Amanda contacted me, and other people contacted me. And then I got engaged. And she's a college professor and in business school. And so now she's on the program, and everything's going a lot better for us. And now she's going to the events. And I think what changed it for me was going to events. I went to ICU in Atlanta and met so many different people, and people were just so cool about everything. And it was just like a family. And even if I made no money in this business, it's just the positivity and the wonderful people that I've met, and just, waking up every morning and watching Katy's videos. I mean, it's just like, it's amazing. And I will say I feel so blessed and so grateful. And, some people I do want to thank. And you may want to ask me a question too, go right ahead. But some people I definitely want to thank. And I haven't done this much because, guys, I was not on Facebook. Katy started my Facebook page because I wouldn't get on Facebook. She says, if you're going to do this business, you got to get on Facebook. Yeah, okay, whatever. She calls me up. Okay, I started your Facebook page. I'm like, what? So that's why I'm on Facebook. And the business quadrupled in 6 months. It just started going crazy. And So that's what happened. But I want to thank Casey for never giving up on me. I feel like her child. Thank you so much, Casey. Amanda and Lindsay and Daniel Kramer and Chris Dravenshot, and Joy and Morgan and Will Koo and all these other wonderful people. And special thanks to Jennifer. Jennifer is a freaking millionaire, and she, every time I message her or call her or text her, she calls or texts me right back. I'm like, oh my God, you know, this company is so amazing. So thank you guys.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And I remember starting your Facebook page. I was like, all right, I got to find me a photo. I got to do it. But you guys, that's the thing. And it's not necessarily when you get into Isagenix. And Gerald, he was very let down by the industry, just like how Kathy Coover was very let down by the industry. But that really is, it really is different. And that's something massive too that you talked about, Gerald. If you're an active product user of what we call 100 points, and I'll show you guys that, you're banking even your own volume. You get to bank your own product volume. And as long as you're active, your points don't expire. And that's how somebody can cycle 100 times in 1 week that's been doing nothing for a while if they've just set and accumulated a ton of points. So I think that that's something really massive that also separates Isagenix apart from a lot of things, but we don't do, you know, that quarterly fleshing. And, you know, Gerald, you're kind of someone that's in direct sales. You're not kind of, you are. I don't consider Isagenix direct sales, because what happens is when you make a car sale, money comes in. If you don't sell again, you don't make money if that car then gets sold by that person individually to another person, and then it gets sold to another person, right? It's that one-time thing that you have. And so an idea of direct sales is like, look, you can buy as many sodas as you want from me for $1, turn around and sell them for $2, knock yourself out, make $5 million if you want, right? But what happens when you stop selling those sodas? You stop making money. And in Isagenix, it's like saying, look, we're going to help you get your first vending machine. I helped Gerald get his first box. And, you know, I definitely got him the wrong system based on his activity with not higher protein. He probably felt like he was going to die because I didn't know what I was doing. But, you know, he did love the Ionics before tennis. But the whole thing is you get somebody their initial vending machine, and that then allows them to put as many vending machines in any of the countries that we're in, and we get to bank 6%. That's the cycle that you're talking about. That, you know, Gerald was talking about that 100 times. That's the cycle, and we get $54 a cycle. And so it's anything that ever moves through those vending machines, and the company does all the overhead. They do all the shipping, the customer service. If there's a return, they do the 1099s. They handle all of that. Our job is to use the product, get our initial vending machine, and then show other people how to do the same. And, you know, we have great starter packs. I wish I would have started with our business builder pack. It just has everything in it. We also have, you know, our weight loss and president's pack, which is our most popular pack. Even for somebody who needs to gain weight, we still like to start them on this pack, maybe with higher protein in our basic 30-day systems. So we have a lot of great starter packs, and men and athletes, always higher protein. And I'm going to bring on here Jennifer Trinkner in a minute to show you guys how this can really compound over time. But every single product in Isagenix has a point value. What Gerald was just talking about, it's holding volume. He was holding points in his vault because he was purchasing 100 points every 30 days. Now, when you have 600 plus 300 points, and I'm going to show you guys that, that's 900 points generates our cycle of $54. And that's how our residual income works. Now, there's many ways to get paid in Isagenix, but I'm really passionate about just that residual, because that's the money that you make while you sleep. You don't have a lot of different tiers. It's not 7-level, 8-level, 4-level pay plan down. It really goes to unlimited depth, building business centers up to $702,000 a year, and you can executive match that for $1.4 million per center. But the part that really excites me is the cycles, because that's every Monday, you know, you get paid. Our entire compensation plan is basically this. It's not more complicated than this. We call it you plus 2, them plus 2, where you have introduced 2 people to Isagenix, and then they introduce 2 people. When you have done this 5 times, we call this a manager. When you've done this 5 times, you're at the highest ranking level, which is called executive in Isagenix. But again, you want to duplicate that. You want to do that over and over again, right? So over time, my question is this. Can you find 2 people on your left and 2 people on your right that you're ready to bless and that you're going to educate them so that they can understand these numbers? Our overhead is approximately $150 a month if you're doing the 100 BV active and building this business. Some per tax and shipping, some states don't have taxes, but $150 equals about 100 points. That allows you to be active to bank all that volume that Gerald was talking about banking. And again, that's your overhead. I personally, with my accountant, write mine off with taxes. Check with your accountant, but I write mine off. So over time, that 4 becomes 16, right? When 4 enroll 4, that's 16. 16 enroll 4, now you have 64. 64 each enroll 4, now you're at 256. That's 340 people just from your original 4. And if they were purchasing just the minimum, that would be over $51,000 of product moving through your organization. 6% of that is $2,000 a month in residual income. Take that a step further. Maybe that took somebody 4 years. Okay, now that 256 each enrolls 4. Now you've had what you call a massive quantum leap. It's really a massive leap that's multiplied very quickly. That if people were purchasing just the minimum, and again, let's take out product users. 83% of people are doing this are just product users. They're not building the business. But let's just say that it was just from the original 4, you guys, that keep duplicating. This is these numbers when they're doing just the minimum. That's over $200,000 of product moving through your organization. 6% of that is over $8,000 a month in residual income. Maybe take it a step further, right? Maybe this took somebody 10 years, heck, 15 years. There was nothing I was going to do that would get me over $30,000 a month in residual income as a nurse, especially not nursing, because if my butt wasn't at the hospital, I wouldn't have been making money. So, you think about the power of leverage and how it isn't on levels. It is unlimited depth. We don't flush that volume. And so, to me, when I really read the 4-year career, and I got it. Everybody's talking about how great they're sleeping on Isagenix. I personally couldn't sleep because I'm like, I got a business to build, man. I'm going to figure this out. And it's the same math that applies. Would you rather a penny right now or a penny that doubles but only for 30 days and then it stops? That penny comes to over $5 million. The same compounding interest that is taking place with this penny, 1 cent, 2 cent. Remember how 4 each enroll 4, that becomes 16. 16 each enroll 4, that's 64. Remember that 64 each enroll 4, that's 256. That same exact math is in our compensation plan, the way Jim Coover has it set up. He's brilliant. He is brilliant. Again, 600 points on one side, 300 on another. This, like anything, takes time. And, someone who has spent a lot of time and energy and effort in training us and working her butt off, is Jennifer Trinkner. But now she can take off and go on vacations and have her highest weeks ever, her highest months ever, because she has put in the time. And I put in 6 years to become a nurse. So the time is going to happen. What are we going to choose to do with our time to create the kind of life we want? So Jennifer, are you unmuted?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Jennifer, we'd love to hear your story. How did you get rocking and rolling with Isagenix? Miss Isagenix Millionaire, you guys, the #1 business builder in all of Isagenix. She just took home that title. There is more than 550,000 active associates worldwide in Isagenix, and somebody that's on our team that we get to work with and that we've all learned from and use her systems is sharing with us right now. So Jennifer, talk to us, girl.
I just have to start by saying, if you guys are able to sleep tonight, you didn't get it. Because I see those numbers and it just really, it fires me up every single time I see it. But I'll just tell you briefly my story. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, you sound great.
So I came in 5 years ago, strictly as a product user. I had some digestive issues. My energy level was low. I was just really searching for a solution, to those issues. Said absolutely no to this business opportunity. I had just a kind of a bad, not a bad experience because I never was really in one, but I went to a meeting when I was much younger and I got completely turned off and I said, I'll never ever do that. So I got the products in my body. By day number 5, I was absolutely blown away at the way I felt. My energy was through the roof. My digestive issues were gone. And it just continued to get better. I was feeling better and better. And so organically, I wanted my friends and my family to know. So I was on the phone, you got to put these products in your body. Well, they were loving them. So I did that for a couple months, and I finally decided to be open-minded about this business opportunity. And there was actually an event in Atlanta that I went to. It was called Super Saturday. And some of the top income earners were there. And I heard incredible stories of financial success, of people's, transformations or health transformations. And it was at that event that I really caught the vision. And I said, I'm going to do this. I'm absolutely going to do this. And I'm going to bless a lot of lives. And it was really my answered prayer to my own health issues, but to my longing to do something where I felt, that just got me excited and passionate. And so I came home and I got to work. And luckily in Isagenix, we have the most incredible tools all there for us. It's totally free. It's unlike other companies where you have to pay for trainings. We have it all there. And it's really about simple, easy duplication. And just like you said, Casey, it's sharing with two people and helping them find two people. You plus two, them plus two. And it's really no more complicated than that. It's you plus two, them plus two. And if you just put the time in, you see these numbers, it's still mind blowing to me that that's what I'm bringing home. And I'm able to give to charities freely. And, and I didn't do this for the money. My husband's successful. He's a dentist. I could have just laid back and not ever done anything, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to make an impact in the world. I wanted to change a lot of lives. And this is the vehicle that has allowed me to do that. And I just feel very blessed that it was introduced to me. I'm so thankful for Jim and Kathy Coover for, their vision and creating this legacy company. And we're not even in momentum yet. And that's the really exciting thing. So I appreciate you guys having me on, and thanks again.
Absolutely. And you guys, and obviously these aren't claims of you get a nice Isagenix and this is what you earn. Jennifer has worked her tail off to have this kind of income. And this is what's possible. You really do get to make the decision on how much time you want to put in it. Do you want to go balls to the walls full time and start off and just hit the pedal running? Do you want to just do it in your spare time and just kind of learn as you go? And maybe just, a cell phone payment, a car payment, a house payment. It really can be whatever it is, but obviously we see that there is unlimited potential here when you talk about this. And, even Jennifer, with your re-entry, what's exciting is you get to re-enter above your position that you already built to 700 to, 1,000 on just your cycles, not even to mention, that executive match, and the Isagenix lets you go above yourself. And I know in other companies, that's not the case too. So we really are blessed.
Can you hear me? That is the most amazing thing. And I wanted to touch on that. When you max out your first position at 750,000, Isagenix gives you another position. So while you're earning that 750,000 in the first position, you can build the other and max that out too. And then if you max that out, guess what? They give you another position. So it is unlimited depth to what you can earn in Isagenix. It still blows my mind.
It's the furthest thing away from a pyramid that I have ever seen, because you really are, you get to set what it is that you earn based on the amount of effort that you want to put in. And I know every single one, maybe Gerald did have experience in network marketing that we heard before. I personally had never been in it before. But if somebody offers you amazing opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, just say yes, learn how to do it later. Just like what Jennifer just said, you guys, we have the tools. We get to use these awesome products. Our story is one of our tools because they're going to make you feel amazing. So you just get to share your story. You get your own website with Isagenix. They really have all these apps and mobile, just truly endless mobile apps that we have. And we're in a mobile world. And we have our product pages that we get to use. So it really is just so step by step. And so, I remember just the one day, just looking in the mirror and thinking, my gosh, just a nurse. I thought I was going to travel the world or impact and great. Being a nurse is an amazing, amazing career. And you do get to touch lives every single day. But I did get very disgusted with the politics in the hospital. And I didn't like that they didn't focus on what I consider to be holistic and wellness being. It was more so sick care, I felt like. So I no longer felt aligned with that. But now it's like we do get to impact people at such a global level, and we get to design what our life is. So my question to everybody is just, what does your future look like? And because it can be whatever it is that you want if you're willing to utilize the vehicle of Isagenix. But I just want to thank everybody for joining us. And, you know, we'll get this recording out for if you guys aren't watching it live. But just thanks so much for everybody who took the time to share. Definitely appreciate all of those who shared. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to every single person in the groups, you know, and just really continuing to see all the growth and just meeting new and new people. But we definitely have a blessing to go bless people. So you all have a great night, and we'll see you all online.
Bye.
Bye, guys. I can unmute real quick and everybody can say bye. Hold on, still learn. All right.
Good night.
I'm Katy, Isagenix. Woohoo!
Bye.